Yesterday in the first half, Josh Heupel pulled what I thought was a Les Miles type play, one of those that this is boneheaded, this is boneheaded, this is boneheaded. Oh, it worked. And somehow, Mad Hatter, he knew what he was doing. It's like, no, he just got lucky. Josh Heupel going for it, 4th and 1 at his own 10-yard line into the first half yesterday, down 3-0. Really strange call. I wanted to get a take from 3 of our VFLs and figure out from them, what did they read into that? What brought that about? Will, I'll start with you.
Yeah, John, the only thing I could really think of, took it for me, is it's an offensive coach that is so frustrated with the production that his team is having. He's like, get out there and get it. And I think it was an emotional decision. I think if he thought about it twice or 3 times, I don't know if he goes and makes that decision, but I think he was so frustrated with what he was seeing on the field from the offense, and he just said, hey, I'm going to put them in there and we're going to try to light a fire and see if something happens here. But that's the only thing I could come up with, because it had so much more risk than there was reward in my mind to go for it right then. What about you, Daniel?
So I may be a little contrarian here. Like, I remember when I was coaching, or not coaching, but playing under Coach Chaney, that if you don't get a first down in that scenario, statistics say on average 4 points for the other team the other way. And so when I was watching this play, how many snaps our defense had played at that point, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, he knows that if we just kick it right here, we're going to give up points the other way. If I can just get 1 first down just to give us another 10 yards, that reduces the chance of getting the points, and then it also gives my defense more time to rest. And I think the defensive rest was more important than anything on top of that at that point. And it came out and worked for him.
I think it was a offensive coach that needed offense.
Yeah.
I think he was frustrated with the lack of production offensively. You think about it, we start the game off, we're getting a good drive, we drop the ball, fumble the ball, they get the ball back, and then we stalled after that. We couldn't get on the same page with receivers. We couldn't get enough time. I think he felt like, as an offensive coach, my job is to produce offense. I'm going to take this risk right here and say we need to get this play in order for our team to get headed in the right direction.
Shoot or shoot.
That's it. You got to.
The problem for me, though, is like, even with your saying, Daniel, is like giving up those points against our defense, against Florida right now. I mean, like, even if our defense is tired, I trust them more than my offensive line and my team being able to come up with that 1 yard.
Yeah.
So I still looked at it as there was more likely to give up points than help you out.
Well, I was just thinking about, and the reason I thought about that is we know John's a big Patriots fan, right? Like, think about the years that they had that defense that gave up so many yards. But when they got in the red zone, their red zone defense was so stout they never gave up touchdown. You look at how this Tennessee defense played against Oklahoma, the amount of times that teams have not scored going into the red zone against them. I think he just relied on how much confidence he had in his defense in the red zone and said, man, our offense, we got to have this shot. We got to get that first make to build up the momentum later.
Well, I think he's frustrated, just like we're frustrated with the offense.
Absolutely.
And last night, seeing that call, that was something I've never seen before in all my years of watching football. At your own 10 inside the red zone, 4th and 1, and you go for it. I think he's just as frustrated as we are as far as the offense production.
Maybe that's why it worked too, because nobody thought he was going to do it. Even Billy Napier was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, exactly. They're going to call us off. They're going to pull us offside. Yeah, I definitely think. I think there's a lot of frustration built up. So I don't think we are the only ones seeing problems, John, and going, why is this offense sputtering? Why is it not doing what it needs to do? I think it's more. I think he's the same boat as everybody, wondering what can get this going.
All right. Yeah, to me, the bad thing about it is you came back, you took the lead in the second half, you won the game in overtime. If you give up a touchdown there, I don't know that you come back from it at that point. I don't know that you come, and you would have ended the game in the first half, in my opinion. The risk far outweighed the reward, especially since you wound up turning around and throwing away an interception there anyway. But I thought it was one of those decisions. It reminded me immediately of Les Miles, just bonehead decision against the book. You ask yourself, what's he doing? And then it worked. So be glad it worked that time. I'll be interested to see if he ever does anything like that again. When we come back, the Vols are going to host a suddenly sketchy Alabama team. Let's preview that game with a round of will they or won't they. Come on back.